Hello guys, hope you are all fine, and this is another chance that God has given unto us. As I promised you through the day or at the daytime, I have my guest, and as usual we had my sister
As
here.
usual.
Okay, not as usual, sorry. We were with my sister, who is Mary Moya, and I have another guest by the name Peter Kuria, and jina ya usanii anajiita Peter Kush Chef. What? However, Peter Kush Chef. Yeah. Thank you very much. I know you will enjoy the topic that you have at the moment, and we will use another. We're gonna mix Kiswahili, English,
Kikuyu.
even Kikuyu, and I know it will help some of us or all of us, and it will also make a change to most of the people. So just listen to it, and I know you're gonna get the changes or the impact, which is a positive impact. Be blessed, and help me to welcome my guests. Now, our topic today.
Who are the girls? They have not talked yet.
Our topic today, we will be introduced by one of our guests, and then after saying what we are going to discuss, then my other guest or my guest huyu mwingine the same on my left side hata yeye atasalimiana, aseme ni nani, anafanyanga nini, and we'll be good to go. Thank you. Welcome.
Okay, welcome back, my people. Okay, as we said earlier in the morning, so today we are going to talk about something very special, something that is so common to everyone, and it's something that will maybe bring impact, positive vibes, and something that will help either everyone out there or even everyone here. Okay, so we are going to talk about something called HIV and AIDS. About those people living with HIV and AIDS, how we should treat them, how we live with them, how they are being treated, how they are living in a world of violence, rejection, and brutality and stuff. So those are some of the things that we'll be going to talk. So let me introduce my my brother here.
Oh yes, my name is, as you have heard, my name is Peter Kuria. We are having a very long topic, and I believe we are going to touch somebody's heart. And for those who are living with HIV, all we can see is that they're just human like we are. There's nothing different from them. Even if they are in your homesteads, in your area, just treat them like your brothers and sisters. As Mr. SK have just said, he's the one going to introduce the topic. We are going to kick off from there.
Wow. Thank you. Before I get into the topic, or before we get into the topic, I have not heard which work do you do, or your profession.
I'm sorry, guys. Okay, for those who don't remember my name, I'm Mary Moya. I'm a cosmetology by professional. I also do counseling. Yeah, that's what I do for a living.
Wow.
Yes, personally, I'm a medical records officer. I work here around Kiambu, and I believe I have enough information to share with you.
Wow.
Yes.
Awesome. Thank you very much. I think hata pia mimi nafaa kusema who I am. I do evangelism. I'm an artist meaning a musician, and I'm a counselor. Yeah, and I'm also, I have many titles. Let's just for today let's deal with evangelist, counselor, and yeah, those two. And I know God will help us. So our topic is all about HIV and AIDS. First of all, we need to understand what is HIV and AIDS, and how people are being infected by this thing, or this is an immunovirus called HIV. So if I don't know, we'll start this side or this side, because today I'm just asking the questions. I need to hear from this side and this side. We get into a discussion of which I know will be blessed, all of us.
Starting with the left side.
Okay, let's start with boy child today. Can we get to know what is HIV? How are people being affected, or how are people yes, all these
Things.
Yes, HIV is a virus, and it is an abbreviation for human immunodeficiency virus. Most of the people, their immune system is not being compromised by HIV, but mostly it is when the viral load rises above 1,000 copies, and that's when you find that the immune system of those clients, it is compromised, and at that point you find that they'll be able to get other opportunistic infections, mostly when the viral load is high, because now their immune system, it is not in position of fighting against infections. Now most of the people usually not say that they are going to die, because we have different regimens that they are being used by those clients, and if they are taken keenly, they are going to suppress their virus. So mostly we will talk about the various ways in which one can get HIV, and I believe I'll be able to introduce around three, mostly, and the one that mostly causes or brings about this disease, it is unprotected sex with an infected person. And in this, you find that even if you have been infected, or maybe you have slept with somebody who is infected with HIV, unknowingly or knowingly, there are various measures that you can take to make sure that you are not getting the virus. One of them is by taking one of the medication called PEP, which stands for post-exposure prophylaxis. Mostly this one is taken after 72 hours. And when you take it within 72 hours, you are going to take that treatment for 28 days. And after those 28 days, you come for another test. And after that test is done and you are confirmed that you're negative, you are going to stay for quite a while, and that is 6 months. And if after 6 months you are tested and you're negative, you'll just be doing now routinely. That's it. Annually, maybe per year, you do it once. The other way it usually happens, although it is rarely, it is when it comes to blood transfusion. Because when you have dialysis, or maybe when blood transfusion is being done, you'll find that that blood is well taken through the lab, and if it is infected, it can't be shared with another person. And the other way, it is through using sharp objects. Although mostly the HIV virus does not stay for a very long period of time on the air. So even if it is an infected person who cutted himself or herself, maybe then the sharps stayed there for quite a while, you can't be infected because the virus itself, it does not survive outside human body. And I believe so far that's what I can share, and as we continue, I'll share more.
okay. Before we get into more details, we have said about PEPs. Is it after 3 days or in between those 3 days you are supposed to use?
You see, PEP, it is post meaning after you have already been exposed to that virus. So within the 3 days you're supposed to take that PEP.
Okay. So within those 72
Yeah,
hours.
within 72 hours.
Okay.
And now
The thing is, you don't know whether whoever you slept with or whatever happened, kulikuwa na HIV. Unaona, kulikuwa na hiyo virus, unaona?
yes.
So if PEP unatumia kama umeshuku, right? If kama umeshuku, because unajua vitu zingine maybe umefanya kitu unasikia kabisa umeshuku. Just as girls who anatumia what are they called, P2s and stuffs, kwa sababu wameshuku it wasn't protected, something might happen. So maybe that is when,
but most of this thing already, you will automatically know whether it is protected or not.
I
because
know
it is in your conscious.
but zingine if actually, like, let me say,
Not unless now you talk
if
about
I was
something.
to happen to get pregnant today, even if I use P2 or okay, I don't know, I don't want to argue about this, but what I was trying to say is, if kama umeshuku na umejua kabisa hiyo kitu wewe uko sure, si ndio?
Okay, already you have used the unprotected sex, or you have done a
You see, not unless now you talk of unprotected sex, and also you talk of a condom burst. Because sometimes maybe you leave him as he's having it.
Excuse me, mnararua.
No, in case of that, now you can say that you take PEP, so long as you don't know the status of that person,
the other
the
person.
HIV status.
Okay.
Yes. Although now you can't just say that maybe you are protecting yourself from HIV. You also have other STIs. So the focus is just when it is not only HIV.
So there is a difference between, okay, so what I understand, there is a difference between HIV and AIDS and STIs and STDs, right?
You see, HIV, it is under STD.
What about STIs?
And also it is under STIs. See, these are like synonyms.
So HIV, okay, can I ask
You see,
this
HIV,
question?
it is sexually transmitted disease.
So they are under those STDs.
Yes.
Like, let me ask you.
Or STI, sexually transmitted
Let me ask you.
infections.
Sasa kama tuseme umeenda hosi, something happened, umeenda hosi ukaambiwa uko na infection, right? Does it means, okay, zinasemekananga ni STI, si ndio? So if kama it won't be treated, kama tuseme ni assume, nimesikia kitu ni assume, si ndio? So na ni STI, that is. So that's what we need to a stronger virus now.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
You have said HIV is under STDs. And hapa mali yamekuwa na blood transfusion or sharp objects. I don't think there is any sexual intercourse in there.
You see, it is HIV. I'm just saying it is one of the barriers, or maybe one of the ways in which you can be able to get HIV. It has different ways. You do have those sharps. You do have unprotected sex. You do have the use of sharp objects. I've just talked about it.
Yeah.
Blood transfusion.
Okay.
So it is not that HIV it is being transmitted only through one way, or maybe through one route.
Okay. Again, I have heard that sharp objects, most probably if imekata mtu na imekaa for a long time, ikiwa tu mahali haijatumika tena, most probably hata iko ilikata mtu akona that virus, ikate mtu mwingine after kukaa sana for a long time, it is less okay, ni gumu sana huyo mtu akaweza kuwa infected na hii disease, I mean HIV.
The HIV virus does not survive for a very long time in an open place. For example, even if somebody was cut maybe some minutes ago or maybe some hours, see the virus, it needs that environment. It has to be into a contact for it to survive, but in an open, the virus does not survive.
Okay. Yes. So there is a must kukuwe na
through fresh bloods. flesh implants, but clothings it doesn't.
Okay. Wow. That's awesome. Uh-huh. That's part of the introduction. Again, I may ask. Sasa, hii HIV. Like, mtu amepata na hii HIV. Before ataingia hapo, maybe you have another you're gonna add.
No, just no.
Okay.
Let me add something. We also have those couples that are discordant. We talk of being discordant. Discordant is where you'll find that one partner is HIV positive and the other one is HIV negative. And the truth is that those two, they can live together, and the other partner, if he or she uses another drug called PrEP, and that is pre-exposure prophylaxis. Pre meaning before you are exposed. So, and mostly you find that the PrEP itself, it is used by most of the people who are sexually active. For example, the sex workers, you find that they use that PrEP. Pre meaning before they are exposed. So they use it before sleeping with another person. And now this PrEP, it is quite different from PEPs, the one I talked about, PEP. So those who are discordant couples, one of the partners can take PrEP. This is a pre-exposure prophylaxis, and this is a drug that will help them not get infected.
Yes. So hapa inaonekana kuwa unaweza ishi, kuna mtu mmoja ako positive na mwingine negative, lakini waishi kwa maisha mazuri, na huyu mwenye ako negative hakuna mahali atakuwa infected.
Yes.
Wow.
What about the children?
For children, also you find that we usually have a pregnant HIV positive woman giving birth to a child who is negative. And that only happens when they follow the various measures. One, their viral load must be less than 1,000 copies. Meaning that because we find that the mother and the child, they are sharing their foods, their fluids through the placenta. And we find that maybe that child can be infected when the viral load is very high. And we find that majority of the mothers who are in the PMTCT, we find that they are being given proper follow-up, and if they miss their clinics, we find that they're being given even some calls to remind them that they're supposed to come for their meds.
Okay.
So it is possible a HIV positive woman giving birth to a child who is negative.
Wow. Yes. Okay. Kama atafuatilia
Yes, you have to follow those.
So asipofuata hiyo, most probably mtoto anaweza kuzaliwa kwa positive.
Yes.
Wow. That's awesome. Okay. Anything else?
Maybe if I may ask, okay, you said about children. What if it happened when mtoto wako infected? Now the dad is not infected and the mom is infected, or else the dad is infected and the mom is not infected, and it happens even if walifall or something happened and huyo mtoto akakuwa infected. How is that child being treated?
Wow.
Since he or she is a newborn, you see, like ni mtoto very young, mdogo sana, na ametoka akiwa 1 day old, akona na virusi. So huyo mtoto anatritiwa aje? How is it being handled?
You see, even if it is a newborn and they are infected, you'll find that they are also given drugs which are in liquid form. Because those children, they are breastfeeding, you find that the way they are just sucking their mom's breast, it is the same way you just give them the med.
From day first.
Yes.
Wow. Okay, let me ask a question. Huyu mtoto ameanza kupewa dawa from the day first. Will it not affect the baby or hakuna some negative
side effects?
Yeah, side effects.
You see, that's where we usually have different kind of regimens, or maybe the different drugs. you find that even the adults, you find that they're using certain drugs and they are reacting with them. So if they are reacting with those drugs, they are going to be optimized, or maybe they are going to be changed to be given another regimen. So it is the same case with that child. Because if that child is not given those meds, we find that the immune system of that child will be compromised.
Okay.
Yes.
That's awesome. Our is it a cameraman or a camera woman or a photographer? Mwenye anatuchukua video. Maybe you have a question about it.